Everything you believe about separation is an illusion. Since the day you were born, you've been told you are a single being, one mind, one body, moving through a world of separate people, places, and things. But what if that was never true? What if science, real peer-reviewed science, is now confirming something ancient souls already knew? That behind what you see, behind skin, behind time, behind thought, lies a field of connection so deep, so real, it never actually broke in the first place. You are not separate from the universe. You are woven into its fabric. And the craziest part, you've already felt it. That shiver before the phone rings. That deep knowing when someone you love is in pain. That moment when reality syncs with something you only imagined. Coincidence? Number its entanglement, not just between particles, but between you and everything. Here's what most people never realize. Quantum physics has proven something wild. Take two tiny particles, link them together once, even briefly, and they'll stay connected forever. Change one, and the other changes instantly. Not eventually, instantly, even if they're on opposite sides of the universe. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. But it's not spooky, it's reality. Now here's the leap. If your body is made of those same particles, and it is, then why wouldn't that connection still be happening inside you? What if your thoughts, your emotions, your memories aren't locked inside your brain, but moving, alive, through this invisible quantum web? What if the universe doesn't just hear you? What if it's tangled up with you? You're not just observing life, you're interacting with it, shaping it, responding to it with every signal you send. That random gut feeling, that weird vibe you picked up from someone, it's not random, it's resonance. A signal from your body telling you you're already entangled with something you haven't yet named. Here's the truth no one teaches us growing up. You are not a passive receiver in life. You are a transmitter, and every thought, every belief, every unspoken emotion is shaping the field around you right now. Whether you know it or not, you're not just reacting to reality, you're broadcasting it. The field that knows your name. What if your thoughts don't stay in your head? What if they ripple through space, through time, through a field that remembers who you are, even when you forget? Scientists are starting to whisper about it. They call it the field, an invisible web of energy that connects everything, every star, every soul, every single heartbeat. It's not a metaphor. It's measurable, and it's listening to you. Your heart isn't just pumping blood, it's sending signals. The HeartMath Institute discovered something that changed everything. Your heart creates an electromagnetic field that extends feet beyond your body, sometimes farther. And this field, it interacts with people, with your environment, even with events before they unfold. When you feel fear, your field becomes chaotic. When you feel gratitude, your field turns smooth, coherent, powerful. Your emotions aren't just felt inside you, they're broadcast into the space around you. And that signal, it doesn't vanish. It gets mirrored back. So imagine millions of people walking around every day, broadcasting stress, broadcasting scarcity, broadcasting I'm not enough. And they wonder why life reflects that belief. It's not bad luck, it's bad alignment. But here's what most people never realize. The thoughts you consciously think, they're not the main signal. The real energy, the one that shapes your vibration, comes from the subconscious. It's the silent operating system running in the background. It remembers every rule you were taught, every moment you were shamed, every time someone told you, you're too much, you're not enough, you don't deserve that. And it still believes it, even if you don't, even if you've done the work, even if you know better. Your subconscious doesn't care what you say. It believes what you feel most often. Let's go back. As a child, your brain operated in a deep, programmable state. Everything you heard, everything you saw, everything you felt became part of your internal code. That's the voice still whispering in the background, still shaping what you allow yourself to attract, still deciding what you believe is safe to receive. You want abundance, you want love, you want peace. But if your subconscious was wired for struggle, for chaos, for self-rejection. That's the vibration it sends. And the universe, it listens to that. This is why things fall apart just as they begin to feel good. You meet someone amazing and push them away. You start earning more and sabotage it. You get close to peace and start a fire. It's not failure, it's familiar. And to your subconscious, familiar equals safe. But what if you could rewrite that? What if your body could learn a new feeling? And your energy could send a new signal, because here's the hidden power inside you. You are not just a reflection of your past. You are the transmitter of your future. And the moment you feel a new truth, your frequency changes, and the field responds. Every time, the invisible script that runs your life. By now, you understand. You're not just broadcasting energy, you're broadcasting identity. But here's the twist. It's not your conscious identity the universe responds to. It's the one hidden underneath, the one your subconscious believes is true. Think of your subconscious as a projector. It doesn't care what's fair. It doesn't care what you want. It only plays what's stored on the reel. Old patterns, old stories, old fears pretending to keep you safe. Dr. Bruce Lipton revealed something wild. More than 95% of your daily actions, feelings, and decisions are not conscious. They're coming from the part of you that was programmed before you turned 7. So here's the question. Who was teaching you reality back then? Were they healed? Were they whole? Or were they just surviving because their beliefs didn't disappear? They got downloaded into you. You're too emotional. Love always ends in pain. Money is hard to earn. You're not special. You may not say these out loud, but if they're buried inside you, they're still being broadcast. You're not stuck because of what's happening around you. You're stuck because of what's still looping inside you. Ever wonder why your goals never stick? You try to change. You start the routine. You raise your standards, but something always pulls you back into the chaos, back into the self-doubt, back into the same patterns, just dressed in new costumes. It's not laziness. It's not failure. It's programming. Here's how it works. You think a thought. That thought creates a chemical. That chemical triggers an emotion. That emotion reinforces the thought, and the cycle spins until you don't even realize you're in it. This is called an emotional feedback loop, and unless you interrupt it, you'll keep attracting the same results, not because the universe is unfair, but because you're still vibrating from the same place. Here's the shift successful people make. They stop waiting for life to give them a new feeling. They choose the feeling first, then they live from it. They feel peace before it arrives. They act with confidence before the applause. They embody abundance before the evidence. And slowly, the universe mirrors that signal back, because energy doesn't lie. The field doesn't respond to your hope. It responds to your alignment. You're not reacting to life. Life is reacting to you. So if you want to shift your reality, stop trying to force the outside. Start rewriting the signal from within. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before they told you to shrink, before they convinced you to doubt, before the world taught you that survival mattered more than joy. Because beneath all the fear, all the programming, all the not enough, there's a vibration in you, already aligned with abundance, love, freedom, purpose. And once you tune back into it, you stop chasing. You start attracting. How to rewire reality without forcing it. Let's get real. If thinking positive was enough, everyone would already be healed, abundant, and in love. You've tried the affirmations, you've set the goals, you've read the books, and still, something drags you back. So what's missing? It's not action, it's alignment. Most people are rearranging the surface when the real signal comes from underneath. They try to change circumstances, but their vibration hasn't changed. And your vibration, that's the code the universe actually listens to. Here's the secret. The subconscious doesn't speak English. It doesn't care how well you write your intentions. It speaks one language only: emotion. Your body doesn't believe what you say. It believes what you feel repeatedly. So if you keep saying, "I am abundant," while secretly feeling fear, lack, or doubt, guess which signal gets broadcast? The universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your emotional baseline. This is why practices like visualization and meditation can work, but only if they immerse your body in a new reality. You don't just imagine it, you feel it, you embody it. You breathe like it's already yours. You walk like it's already happening. You live like the frequency has already arrived. Because when your nervous system starts to believe it's real, your field begins to match that belief. And once your field changes, reality bends to match it. This isn't fantasy. This is frequency. Here's what that looks like in everyday life. Instead of waking up and reliving yesterday's stress, you pause, you breathe, you ask, what do I choose to feel today? And then you generate it on purpose. Not because everything's perfect, but because you no longer wait for permission to feel good. You decide, and the universe adapts. Try this for 7 days. Choose one emotion, peace, joy, or abundance. And no matter what happens, return to it. Breathe it, anchor it, live from it, not for it. Watch what shifts. Now here's the part most people miss. You can't force it. The more you try to control how things unfold, the more you broadcast the energy of mistrust. Control is fear in disguise. Imagine planting a seed. You water it, you place it in sunlight, but do you dig it up every day to check if it's growing? Number, you trust the process. You align your care and let life do the rest. That's how your vibration works. You send the signal, then you surrender. Not in defeat, but in divine confidence. Because when your conscious intention and subconscious emotion say the same thing, the field has no choice but to say, match accepted. Reality doesn't respond to your desire, it responds to your certainty. The test before the shift. You've started to vibrate higher, your mornings feel clearer, your faith is stronger, and then something goes wrong. Out of nowhere, the car breaks down, the job falls through, an old wound reopens. You ask yourself, why is this happening now, just when I was doing everything right? But here's what most people never realize. The universe isn't punishing you, it's testing your signal, because before reality locks in a new version of you, it must confirm that you're not faking it. Are you really aligned? Or are you only high vibe when things go your way? Every breakthrough is preceded by a storm, not to stop you, but to solidify you. Imagine your frequency like a radio tower. When you shift to a new vibration, the old world still echoes. There's interference, feedback, noise, but that's not a sign to stop, it's a sign to stabilize. The storm isn't there to break your alignment, it's there to prove it. Because when you vibrate at joy and chaos shows up, do you collapse or do you stay centered? Do you spiral into old stories or do you breathe and say, no, I know who I am now? This is the moment that rewires your life, not the meditation, not the journal. The decision to hold your frequency when it's hard. You don't become powerful through perfect days. You become powerful when you choose peace during pain. Think about this. That delay, it's not a denial, it's a mirror asking, are you still the old version? Or are you ready for the new? Most people collapse right here. They take the test personally. They call it failure. And they slide back into the old signal, back into fear, back into scarcity, back into self-doubt, not realizing they were this close to the shift. The universe doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for consistency. It asks, can you still believe when you don't see it yet? Can you still give when nothing's arrived yet? Can you still love when the world feels cold? If the answer is yes, you pass. And something begins to move. The people who shift their lives in dramatic, beautiful ways, they're not luckier, they're not smarter, they're not chosen. They just don't abandon their new frequency before it has time to take root. Next time something triggers you, pause, don't react, breathe, recenter, ask, what would the future me do here? And then do that. Not because it's easy, but because that's the signal that says, I'm ready. The universe isn't asking if you're excited about the new, it's asking if you're loyal to it, even when it's inconvenient. The science of emotional frequency. Let's break a myth right here. Your life doesn't change when you think positive. It changes when you feel different. Why? Because thoughts are electrical, but emotions, they're magnetic. And in the electromagnetic field of the universe, Your emotions are what pull reality toward you. Think about this. You can say, "I'm abundant" all day long. But if you feel anxiety when you say it, that's the signal. The universe doesn't respond to your affirmations. It responds to your vibration. You don't attract what you say. You attract what you broadcast. Let's talk science. Real, beautiful, spiritual science. When you think a thought, your brain releases chemicals. Those chemicals create a feeling. That feeling becomes your emotional baseline, and that baseline becomes your identity, your energy. Dr. Joe Dispenza says it clearly. Your personality creates your personal reality. So if you want to change your reality, you have to change your personality, not fake it. Rewire it. Now here's the good news. Your emotional state is not fixed. It's programmable. And when you learn to shift your dominant emotional frequency, you shift your signal, your magnet, your entire gravitational pull. But here's the catch. Most of us are emotionally conditioned by childhood programming. By age 7, your subconscious is formed. That means if you were taught that love is conditional, if you were shown that success requires suffering, if you were surrounded by fear, shame, or lack, then those frequencies became home base for your nervous system. So, when you try to vibrate higher, when you try to feel peace, or allow love, or receive abundance, it doesn't feel safe. Not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. Your body resists the very thing you desire because your baseline is still wired for struggle. So how do you change your baseline? How do you train your body to feel safe at a higher frequency? You recondition your nervous system, you reprogram your subconscious, and most importantly, you practice feeling now what your future self lives every day. Let's make this practical. Here are 3 simple but powerful habits that begin shifting your emotional frequency today. Number 1, emotional rehearsal. Every morning, ask yourself, what emotion would my highest self feel today? Then rehearse it, feel it, hold it, let your body memorize it. Number 2, safety anchoring. When you feel fear or doubt, don't fight it. Breathe into it and whisper, "It's safe for me to feel something new." This tells your nervous system, joy is safe. Love is safe. Peace is safe. Number 3, grateful projection. Before bed, list 3 things you're grateful for, as if they already happened. Not, "I hope it works," but, "I'm so thankful that it already has." This rewires your subconscious to expect blessings instead of chase them. Gratitude is your receipt, your confirmation email from the universe. The more you repeat these frequencies, the stronger your signal becomes, until one day, you no longer need to fake the feeling. You are the feeling. Your energy becomes your signature. Your vibration becomes your invitation. And the universe, it can't help but match it. The collapse of old realities. So, you've raised your frequency. You've started living from a higher emotion. You feel different, calmer, clearer, stronger. But then something strange happens. Everything around you begins to fall apart. People distance themselves. Old friendships dissolve. Jobs feel misaligned. Opportunities vanish. Doors close fast. And you ask, did I do something wrong? You did something right. You shifted. And the old reality? It can't survive the new vibration. When you rise, what isn't aligned can't hold on. Think of your life like a house built on old programming. The walls are made of fear. The foundation is lack. The furniture is survival. And now you've changed. You don't resonate with that version anymore. So the house begins to shake. Cracks appear. Pieces fall. Not because life is punishing you, but because it's making space. You can't bring your new vibration into an old structure. So the universe clears it. People leave. Situations shift. Things break down. But behind every breakdown is a breakthrough. This isn't the universe taking from you. It's the universe responding to your order. You asked for alignment. Now it's delivering it, even if that means burning down everything that's not a match. But here's what most people do. They panic. They try to run back to what's familiar, back to toxic relationships, back to jobs they've outgrown, back to patterns that feel safe, but suffocating. Because collapse is uncomfortable. It feels like death. And in a way, it is. It's the death of the old self, the expired version, the one you outgrew. And that's sacred. You're not losing your life. you're losing your limitations. So when things begin to fall away, don't cling. Don't beg them to stay. Don't shrink back into the frequency that built them. Instead, say this: if it's leaving, it wasn't built for where I'm going. Here's a truth no one tells you. Before the quantum leap, there is always a quantum void. A space where nothing feels certain, where you're no longer who you were, but not yet who you're becoming. It's disorienting, lonely, silent, but it's necessary, because in that silence, the field is listening. And in that space, you are being rewritten. During a collapse, do this. Don't chase what's falling. Breathe deeply and often. Ground yourself in the vision you've already claimed. Say aloud, I allow what's aligned to arrive, and I release what no longer serves. Then trust, even if you can't see what's next, because here's the pattern. First, you change your energy. Then, life shakes off anything not matching it. And only then, the new can arrive. Your vibration is the prayer you've been taught to pray with your words, to kneel, to speak, to ask, to wait. But here's what most people never realize. Your vibration is the real prayer, not what you say out loud, not what you scribble in a journal, but what you consistently feel, what you expect without proof, what you broadcast into the quantum field. With every breath you take, the universe doesn't speak English, it speaks frequency. So when you feel unworthy, the universe hears, I'm not ready. When you feel desperate, the universe hears, I don't trust you. But when you vibrate in certainty, in joy, in peace, in knowing, the universe hears, it is done. This is why so many people manifest what they don't want. They affirm abundance but vibrate in scarcity. They speak love but carry wounds of rejection. They ask for change but resist letting go. The field doesn't listen to words, it listens to resonance. Want to know the fastest way to shift your life? Shift the feeling you live in. Before you ask, become it. Before you hope, feel it. Before you act, align. That is manifestation. You don't have to beg the universe. You are the universe. The request is coming from within the system, so it's not a question of if you're heard. You're always being heard. The only question is, what frequency are you transmitting? So ask yourself this: what emotion do I start my day with? Fear, or faith, scarcity, or gratitude? Am I emitting confusion or broadcasting clarity? Here's the shift that unlocks everything. Stop trying to get. Start learning to become. Don't say, I want love. Be the frequency of love. Don't say, I need success. Be the vibration of certainty. When you stop begging for alignment and start embodying it, that's when life begins to bend. And here's what no one tells you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be healed. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be willing to feel differently, to think differently, to trust differently. That's the beginning. That's how it starts. That's how you unlock a new timeline. So today, stop asking, when will it come? And start asking, who do I need to become? So that it can't help but arrive. Because the universe is always responding to who you are, not who you pretend to be. From this moment forward, every thought is a signal, every emotion is a command, every belief is a vibration shaping your path. You are not separate from the quantum field. You are the field in motion. You are the transmitter. You are the mirror. You are the prayer. So speak through your being. Feel what you desire and act like it's already yours. Because if you can hold the vibration, the manifestation is already on its way. You don't chase signs, you become the signal. This message was brought to you by Arcane Decode. If your soul felt seen, like, comment, and share this with someone who's ready to activate their own frequency. And remember, the universe isn't out there. It's already inside you. It's just waiting for you to turn it on.